Hello everyone, it's Hex with week one game of video. No, I said video. Oh shit. I meant ABC against Breadpudding and his Vancouver Hatnas. So this matchup was, I think, very even for us, I would say. Um, he has a lot of Pokemon that are very scary to me, but I also have a lot of Pokemon that are very scary for him, and I have good checks to most of his offense. Um, Obviously, you see the Landorus. This thing does have Tier Force, and it is a massive threat. Um, the only checks on my team I really had to it were, like Torn and I guess Weezing, but it could have Rock Slide for Torn as well as Psychic for Weezing, so I'd have to pivot around it and try to, outplay his Lando. And then the Mega Lob, I wasn't actually very worried about. I thought he might actually bench it because I do have, Slowbro, Torn, Weezing, Mega Alt, and Tangela, which are all very good pivots into Megalopony. So I feel like there was a good chance that it just didn't come. And then these two Pokemon here, in my opinion, were the two scariest for my team. Primarina, I had like literally zero switch-ins to. My best switch-in to a offensive Primarina was like Spadef Kangaskhan. He was like Specs or like a Calm Mind variant. I had very little ways to, deal with that Pokemon. Um, and you'll see it in my prep that I kind of just brought like more offensive, um, more offensive build. You do see I brought a lot of my defensive pieces, but the plan was to just kind of, I guess, chip his team down into range of either Horn or Infernape or Altaria. Um, And then Scolipede I was also not very scared of because um, Weezing always walls it, and Torn can also wall it unless it's like SD Life Orb, and then Stone Edge is probably going to kill me. But Weezing was a very good check to Scolipede, and you can like 2KO it with Fire Move or just Will-O-Wisp it or something. And then Bronzong, I felt like might come, but I feel like the chance of me just killing it with like Nape, Moldbreaker Drill, T-Tar, you know, any of the above made Bronzong like not a must bring. Um, and the Delmise I thought might come as a good ground switch in, as well as a Pokemon that can absorb CCs from Infernape, although it is kind of risky, and he does have Primarina, which can switch into Nape most of the time, but it will take a lot from like Thunder Punch or Gunk Shot or something. And then Vanillux, you'll see in the game, Benelux does give me a little bit of trouble, but I didn't actually think it would come, considering I have, guitar, um, as well as like really good ways to just beat it offensively. And Slowbro, I mean not Slowbro. I was reading this above the Excadrill, so it said Slowbro. I meant Excadrill and Nape, but I felt like Guitar was, the main reason why he wouldn't bring Benelux. I guess it's good to like get rid of the sand, but I can always just hard switch T-Tar into like Vanillux because unless it's like Specs, Flash Cannon, or Blizzard or something, it's really not gonna be doing that much damage to me. And I can always like recover it with like Resto Chesto or like leftovers or something like that. And if he's gonna set up like Veil and I switch in T-Tar, then he doesn't get the Veil up. And then he loses a lot of momentum. So I felt like Vanillux wasn't going to come, but it always could, and if it did come versus the team I brought, it was going to give me some troubles. If I got toxic on something like Slowbro or Kangaskhan. And then Jolteon probably wasn't going to come, considering I had Ascent, as well as Kangaskhan and Mega Altaria, which can kind of make it kind of hard to like strive. He could have brought like Subtoxic, something like that, which would have been, not that bad against like my Torn and Slowbro. But if I did bring the Sand, he was gonna struggle a lot, having pretty much wasted a slot in Jolteon. And then Darmanitan, I thought, has a good chance to come. But I do have, Slowbro as well as Mega Altaria, which can kind of pivot around it, as well as like T-Tar, but it is risking, superpowers and earthquakes and U-turns and stuff like that. But I felt between like Torn and Slowbro, he probably wasn't gonna bring Darm. And then Lycanroc, I wasn't ever going to come to this matchup. It's completely walled by Slowbro pretty much. Nape and Excadrill can revenge kill it, or even just switch in, take a hit, and kill it. And then I also have, Tangela, which walls it as well. So we'll get into the team that I brought, and then we'll get into the replay. So I brought a very, very physically defensive Slowbro with Rocky Helmet. This was my primary switch into, Mega Lop and Darm, just in case Darm does come. But this is pretty much my Mega Lob check. I can teleport out, get the slow momentum if he goes for U-turn. I can slack off in front of it, throw off Big Scalds and Future Sights. He doesn't really have a good Pokemon to absorb Future Sight outside of like Hydra. But the thing about Hydra is that while it always can switch into Slowbro, I can just teleport, and then I can bring in like Mega Alt or Nape and threaten it out with that. So I feel like the Slowbro set was pretty good. If I switch into like Mega Lop Triple Axle, he's going to be taking a lot from Rocky Helmet, especially on fake outs. U-turn doesn't do that much to me. This is just a very, very, very good wall for that Pokemon. And then I brought a defensive Defog Torn. This thing is just good in the matchup overall. I can throw off big knocks. I can U-turn on everything pretty much. Hurricane, very, very good in this matchup, as the only really Pokemon that can switch into a Hurricane, like outside of like defensive Jolteon, is like a Bronzong. And if I can get that in, I can get a knockoff on it, then I'll be in a really good position. Um, and then it's also a pretty good switch into Mega Lob outside of it clicking Triple Axle. And then it's also a good switch into Lando, unless it has Rock Slide. But I am defensive, so I can eat one Rock Slide and then, knock off either a Scarf, Life Orb, Yachi Berry, anything like that. Or just throw off a big Hurricane and get a lot of chip on that. Also, like I said, it also can check Scolipede unless it's SD Life Orb. And it can take hits from both Primarina and Hydreigon, although it doesn't shrug them off too lightly. Um, Also, a decent pivot into Delmise, but Poltergeist will be doing a lot of damage. And then, like I said, this is pretty much just Scolipede answer. It can throw off big sludge bombs into, Primarina. Um, and offensively, he doesn't actually have great switch-ins to Weezing, funny enough, because, like, the Endo doesn't want to get poisoned, right? Um, and if he doesn't have Bronzong, I can poison, like, I throw a sludge bomb off of pretty much everything. You can get, like, risk get poison on it, except for Scolipede, which this Weezing is built to check Scolipede. So, um, yeah, pretty good bring. I don't remember what this be before. I think it was just for Marina, something like that. Um, yes, I don't remember, something like that. And then this Mega Altaria is very, very bulky. This was my only real switch into Hydreigon, and I had to be Mega already. If he was like Life Orb or Specs and he clicks Flash Cannon, it actually does to KO me all the time, but I can switch into anything else Hydra wants to go for and kill it with Hyper Voice. Um, I was modest for some reason. I think it's just because I didn't really need plus Spit F Nature, didn't really change anything, so I figured I might as well have the extra damage. Um, Hyper Voice switch-ins don't really exist. It's like Scolipede, which takes a good chunk, and Bronzong, which I do have Fire Blast for. I can always roost. Heal Bell, I was gonna bring Cotton Guard, but I decided on Heal Bell because of Primarina Scald, Scolipede T-Spikes, anything like that. Like if the Jolteon's like Subtoxic or Thunder Wave or Vanillux gets a freeze on something, I felt Heal Bell was pretty good in the matchup. So I decided to just slot that in the last move. I didn't really need anything else. And then this is my main win condition. This right here, this Infernape. So I ran a mock. Actually, I ran 3 mocks, and in all 3 mocks, I ended up 6-0ing with SD Infernape. Does not have a single counterplay to this if I'm at +2. Here's why. Well, unless he's Scarf Primarina, which we'll get to that later. At +2, Fire Punch kills Landorus. It has a good roll to kill Megalopony. Thunder Punch kills Prim. Mach Punch can kill Hydreigon. Fire Punch can kill Scolipede, and an Earthquake will not kill me unless he's Life Orb Adamant. Bronzong dies to Fire Punch. Delmise dies to Fire Punch. Vanillux dies to Fire Punch or Mach Punch. Belgian probably dies from Fire Punch, and after Rock Chip, and a little bit of more chip, like it's like if Arms is in the rocks and then takes Rocky Helmet chip, it's also in range with Mach Punch. So this set can, in theory, win me the game. Um, and is my best win condition against this team. So last mon is just a Wish Protect, Ice Punch Body Slam, really Spidef Kangaskhan. This is another switch into Primarina, my only real switch into Primarina, as well as it takes hits from Landorus, Hydreigon, Vanillux, and Jolteon very well. And then being able to like wish up Wheezing or just if like Slowbro's kind of weak in switching in offer generator and only gonna be at like a little bit of HP, I can bring it back up to full. Um, okay, sorry about that. I'm back. I know you guys literally like not even, but I'm back now. Fucking stupid family bullshit. Okay. I don't even remember what I was talking about, but let's just get into the game because yeah. Um, so you see here, I forgot on my leads, so I'll just play it out. He leads Lando, and I lead Nape. I think the reason I led Nape was because if he led Vanilla and was trying to get Bail Up, I didn't really have, good counterplays. Like if I led Slowbro, he gets Bail Up, what do? I teleport into what? Can't really one-shot him with anything after Bail's up, but Nape can one-shot it before Bail goes up. So that was my thought process. And then it's also good into like lead Scolipede if he's like a spike setter. I can just click Fire Punch. Because an Earthquake would not kill me. If he's leading Scolipede, I'd probably stand and throw off a Fire Punch. But it ends up leading Lando, I guess, expecting Slowbro maybe. I don't really. I guess he was expecting Nape. Not too sure. I don't think like Lando was like the most optimal lead for him, but it worked out. Um, so yeah, you see he has Lop, Prim, Darm, Scolipede, and Vanillux in the back. So he doesn't bring Hydra, which was like really shocking to me. He also didn't bring Bronzong, which I kind of expected, but no Dumb Eyes either. It was like the ones that could have came. Um, I was never expecting Jolteon or Lycanroc in this matchup. So I think here I just hard switch into Torn. Um, anticipating an Earth Power or like a U-turn. No matter what he does, I think I went Torn, right? He goes into Prim as I go into Torn. And then here I'm thinking, if he's Scarf, I'm faster than him. And I can knock him off. Or if he's like Specs, I also want to get rid of his Specs instantly. Any other item, I think it's just in my best interest to like knock off here. Because he's either gonna like stay in or he's gonna go into Vanillux here. So I'd rather get rid of like Vanillux Scarf, Vanillux Light Clay, Specs, anything like that. So I just click knock off here, and he stays in, and he reveals that he was AV, which is honestly understandable. Um, but I feel like Scarf or Specs was probably better for the matchup, or even like a leftovers. I was kind of confused when I saw AV at first because I was like, you know, like what really special threats do I really have that he's like switching into? And then I kind of just figured, it's probably just like a Torn T switching because he didn't really have like good checks to offensive Torn T. Like a nasty plot Heat Wave, Hurricane, kind of did shit on his team. Um, but I was obviously just a defensive set. So he flip turns into Vanillux here, and I'm thinking, okay, so I do some calcs, and unless he's choice Specs, my Kangaskhan can always eat two Blizzards. And if he is Specs, I'd probably just sack and go into like Nape and click SD and try to win the game. So here I go into Kanga, and he reveals not to be Specs. He doesn't reveal an item here. Um, so I'm pretty sure he clicks Veil here, right? Yeah, he does. Um, and here I throw off a Body Slam as he goes in the Landorus. And what happens here is sad. He gets parried, which, to be fair, he was risking that, going into Lando there. But it's still pretty unfortunate for him, as it means that Lando's kind of out of commission for the rest of the game. I don't really have to worry about it as much. It's obviously still like a threat if it goes in on like my Nape. Not even because unless Veil's up, I can kill him with a Fire Punch. So like if he comes in on like um, Wheezing or Slowbro, I kind of have to worry unless like my Slowbro's at full. Um, yeah, this thing a lot less threatening now. And it gets fully paired too, which kind of sucks for him. I was just gonna Witch off here because I live the superpower, live the Earth power no matter what he goes for. He does reveal Psychic. I click Ice Punch here, does 37, and now he's in range of another one. Hell ends like you'll see here. Veil ends, so he does not reveal Likely. So at this point in the game, I'm thinking, you know, maybe Scarf, maybe Specs. Um, Regardless, him not being Likely is honestly better for me because that means he has less turns of Veil, which means Nape can sweep a lot easier. Um, Here I throw off a Body Slam, hoping to paralyze the Prim, but I don't. And then he gets a flip turn. I think he goes into just Slop because it's. Oh no, he goes back into Vanillux. I'm pretty sure he clicks Blizzard here. I'm pretty sure I just Witch though. Again. No, he does have a Toxic, which I do have Heal Bell on the Altaria, so if I can get it in at any point, I can Heal Bell, get rid of the Toxic on this. Um, it was not the biggest deal in the world. I just throw off a Body Slam, hoping, maybe paralyze the Vanillux. I don't get it though. And then here, I think I just throw off another Body Slam. I might Wish though. He goes Lando. I Wish. And then here I click Ice Punch and just kill a Lando, I'm pretty sure. Or I just Body Slam for the kill. He reveals to be Scarf Lando there too, so that would have been good for SD Nape. I couldn't have won that way. Um, unless he wasn't paired, obviously. But he did get paired. He goes back into Vanillux here, throws up a Blizzard, does 36, showing that he's not Specs, and probably Scarf, or like Heavy Duty Boost or something. And then I Body Slam the Brim, don't para, get wished back to like 80% and then take 30% from Toxic, so I'm forced to switch out here. I go Torn as he goes hard into Vanillux, and then here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking here, I'm gonna click Hurricane, and let me explain the play. Um, Actually, no, I think I clicked U-turn here. I don't think I clicked Hurricane. I think I clicked U-turn. Regardless, you'll see what happens. So I'm thinking, with Lando dead, I don't really need Torn that much. Torn was pretty much just like here to like defog rocks or like switch into Lando. Now that Lando's dead, I really don't need this Pokemon. So in here I decided to stay in and click U-turn. If he's faster than me and killed me with Blizzard, oh well. I don't really need this Pokemon, like I said, and it gives me a lot of information about this Vanillux that I didn't have prior. And also, he can only kill me with Blizzard here. So if he clicks like Freeze Dry, then he's locked into Freeze Dry. And I can go Slowbro and click Teleport, because Freeze Dry will not kill me from full. Only Blizzard will. So I'm banking, maybe he clicks Freeze Dry, maybe it's a Veil, or maybe I'm just faster and I can U-turn out into Nape. So yeah, I click U-turn here, and he is Scarfed, as you'll see, and he does click Blizzard, and my Torn dies, which, like I said, is completely fine. I didn't need this, and the fact that I know it's Scarf, um, very valuable information, because I can honestly go into Nape here and click SD, but I was way too pussy to do it. As you'll see, I guess go into Slowbro, and I click Teleport. Um, I click Feature Sight, which is fair. But here I click Teleport. And the Moonblast does 55, showing that he is max special attack modest. I go into Nape. Here I was very close to clicking SD, but I decided not to because he doesn't really need to save this Primarina, like, at all. It's at 8%. Probably just gonna click like a Hydro or a Surf or something. Um, Clicks Jet though. So if I SD'd, I won the whole game. But it is what it is. He goes from the Darm here, and I just go hard in the Slowbro as he clicks Flame Charge. My opponent didn't know that moves like Power Punch and Flame Charge, if you have Sheer Force, you do not get the boost. So he was expecting to Flame Charge here and get the speed boost, and he also told me after the battle that he was Weakness Policy, which if he ended up like um, getting the Weakness Policy off, I could have just insta lost the game. So, but he doesn't get the speed boost because he Sheer Force, so he just takes Rocky Helmet, and then U-turns, does 34. I teleport here, I think, or I Scald. I think I could teleport. Oh, yeah, I slacked off. Okay. And then here I go into Kangaskhan, pretty much sacking it off. I don't really have good switch-ins to Vanillux, so I'm like, forced to sack it off. I wish I played my Kangaskhan a bit better because if I was able to like heal it up, get rid of the toxic, and then start like, get back to full, I could wall this Vanillux pretty much. Stall out of blizzards and like spam body slam and like if I got a para on this Vanillux with the first body slam I got in it, I'm pretty sure the game was like much easier for me. But you'll see that this Vanillux ends up becoming a massive threat, and I have to pretty much play a sack game. So you'll see here I sack this, and then I go out into my Infernape, and I clicked Fire Punch here. And this Darmanitan gets knocked into Ranger Mach Punch. No, I think it was a roll, so I think I just no. Okay, so yeah, okay. Revealed not to be scarfed, so I just clicked Thunder Punch because it always killed, whereas the Mach Punch was a roll to kill. So that was my thought process there. And I'm pretty yeah, he goes into Sculpey here, and I just go into Weezing. Like I said, this thing can always counter it, no matter what side it is. Like if it's SD, Stone Edge, I don't get to a KO. I can Will-O-Wisp Spit, I can Fire Move it. This Earthquake reels down Levitate. And I just throw off I think a Fire Move here. Yeah. So that chip means that this Vanillux is always in Mach Punch range, and once I get Lopunny in the Mach Punch range and get rid of Scolipede, my Infernape can win the game. So you'll see here, I'm pretty sure I just sack my Altaria. And let me explain why. So I was deciding between sacking Altaria and going into Slowbro. The the two plays had very different, um, pros and cons. If I were to go into Slowbro, I did live a freeze dry, but after I would still have to either like sack Slowbro or sack Altaria. I should have in hindsight went into Slowbro because he does click Blizzard. But my Mega Altaria wasn't too useful in this endgame because he could just axe me with Lopunny. Volpe beats me, Vanillux beats me. So I just decided to sack it off and then go into my Slowbro here. And I think I clicked Future Sight. Oh, I Scald. Does 47. I don't get the burn. But here I live a Megahorn. And you'll see that. I do live a Megahorn, even if he's Life Orb. So I think I just tell. Oh, I know I Scald again. Get rid of the Scolipede. So he goes Lopunny here. And I'm deciding whether I want to let uh, Slowbro die or go into Weezing. And I'd opt to go into Weezing here because Weezing completely walls. He clicks Fake Out. And his best way to hit me with this is either like Mega Kick, Strength, or just like Triple Axle, which he does end up just clicking Triple Axle here. And like, for the next few turns, he clicks Triple Axle. I click Sludge Bomb. I could have Wisped it at any point, but I decided to Sludge Bomb for damage, get the poison. Now, I could just go into Slowbro here, um, let him kill himself to Rocky Helmet and poison damage, and then save Diff. But I felt like it was kind of risky, and I don't really save Diff at all. It's either just do I want Weezing to die or do I want Slowbro to die? And I wanted the stats on Slowbro more, so I ended up just let me just speed this up. Not that fast. And then when the Lopunny dies, the game is won. I cannot lose at this point because once I kill this Lopunny, he goes into Vanillux, he kills my Weezing, and then I just go into Nape and click Mach Punch, and the game is over. Um, so yeah, that is a 2-0 win, week 1 for me. I could have played it a lot better. I could have also prepped better around the Vanillux, but I wasn't like expecting it to be that much of a threat. Um, but we do win the game. Um, I wish I could say it was clean. I wish I could say I played well. I didn't really play that well. I just kind of positioned for the Infernape end game, and you know, once once his Scolipede died, the game was pretty much over because I won with Infernape. Um, yeah, getting the para on the Lando was obviously very lucky for me, but it is 30%, and I didn't get it on the Vanillux, which if I got it on the Vanillux and the Lando, I'm pretty sure I won the game a lot, smoother than this. Um, but but yeah, I didn't play particularly well. I also didn't play too bad. I was really tired actually when I was playing this game, so I was not, in the best mindset to play. But we do win. We get like I said this like 3 times. We get 2-0 win week 1, but Next week we play my good friend Justin. Um, and I think we're just kind of bringing like heat sets to that game. I don't think it's gonna be too serious to the game. We're not like going full meme. We're just gonna bring like fun sets and fuck around. I might actually get him in the VC while we play and just record that shit because I don't know, it'd be funny. But yeah, so that's week 1 of ABC. I think we are currently number 6 on the standings. It doesn't really matter um, right now because only week 1. But nice to start positive, and we hopefully can keep this positive record going for the remainder of the season. So thank you for watching. And I don't know when I'm gonna upload the next game or when I'll upload like LCPO game. But I don't know, man. GG's to my opponent. Uh, very, very scary Vanillux. Um, and I'm sorry that you didn't know how Flame Charge with Drift worked. But you'll know for next time. So, peace out, YouTube. It's been awesome, I guess. I'm kind of just sitting in my room talking to myself. It's kind of sad, actually. I don't even make money off of this. But yeah, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, bye. Like my video, subscribe to me, or you're a bitch.